Hello, everyone. What is going on? This is Dave Tilley. I'm CEO of SHIFT, and I am actually coming to you for an episode, a very small little mini episode for a absolutely huge announcement, something that I don't know if I've ever been more excited to share an event with people that we've been working on. I'm wearing my honorary SHIFT t-shirt because I'm so excited about it. For those who maybe have not heard the big news, in June of 2022, this year, so a few months away, we are going to be hosting the first ever monstrous SHIFT Symposium. And so I know that a lot of people have heard about what we're doing and they want to know the details. And I've been getting a ridiculous amount of emails and messages and people asking about certain details and stuff like that. So I think it's probably good that I put this all in one spot and just quickly explain what is going on. So first of all, what is this, right? So the SHIFT Symposium, and that will share my screen here to kind of show our fun little flyer that will maybe make things easier for people to see. But the SHIFT Symposium is going to be a 3-day event. And what this is really going to compose of is going to kind of be my dream come true in terms of hosting an event or wanting to have a gymnastics educational event. So it is a 3-day event, all virtual this year because of some ongoing situations with COVID and international people who really want to be involved. I don't want anyone to feel, like they're uncomfortable coming. And I also want to make sure that everybody in the world, we have a lot of international viewers, a lot of people from around the world who are very interested in the events that we do. So we're going to go all virtual this year. We're going to go all online. And I think that's going to be really, really awesome. So it will be 3 days of just a crazy amount of gymnastics education and discussion, community, hanging out, talking, all that kind of stuff is going to be really part of it. So Friday, June 10th is going to be the first day. And then it's going to go through June 11th and June 12th. So Friday, June 10th, Saturday, June 11th, and then Sunday, June 12th. And each of the days is going to have a different focus. So I wanted to really make sure that there's nobody inside of the gymnastics community that wouldn't get something out of this weekend. I wanted to really make sure it was all inclusive and comprehensive, depending on whether you work in men's or women's, or you're a medical provider, you work in recreational gymnastics and kind of compulsory gymnastics or high-level gymnastics, and you just want to learn about some strength conditioning and some basic drills. I also wanted to make sure we got a lot of really good science-based people involved to help out on the weekend for the medical stuff and for the strength conditioning stuff, because it's a very popular topic that many people want to know about. And then I also wanted to make sure that we had a good list of speakers who are available to talk for maybe some men's side and women's side gymnastics together. So it will be those 3 days, June 10th, June 11th, June 12th. It will be the courses will be hosted through SHIFT's platform, Teachable, which is where all of our courses are hosted through already. We have probably like 3,000 to 4,000 people who are involved in our courses online through Teachable. But Zoom will be the main way that we actually run the lectures. So when you enroll in the course and you sign up in the course, you will sign up through what is a platform called Teachable. And then it will give you access to a course where if you go in now, you'll see that it's just the daily schedule of each day is lined up, which I will go through. As we get closer to the event, we will be adding all of the individual Zoom meetings to those individual lectures. And so we will have a giant Google Doc that has every single lecture you're going to, every password, every link to get there. So there's no craziness. There's no headaches. You can literally just open it up, click, and it opens your Zoom, and boom, you're there. Then when the lecture moves to the next one, you close that lecture, you grab a snack, you go to the bathroom, boom, you click the second one, it pops right up, right? And in Teachable, we will also have every single lecture and every single handout and every single recording after right in that spot. So before the presentations actually happen a week before, something that I wanted to do, because I always get frustrated by this when I go to events or congresses or things like that, is I don't really have the lectures in advance. And I'm really, really stressed out trying to write down notes. And I'm really stressed out trying to listen, but also write because I don't want to miss anything, or I'm recording and that's a pain in the butt. So we want to just let people have the best experience possible. So I'm collecting all of the lectures, all of the handouts beforehand from all of the presenters, and we will put those into a PDF zip file where you will get it sent before, and it literally will have the entire weekend. If you sign up for 3 days, you're going to get 30 lectures of PDF notes and handouts. Whatever the presenters are going to share with you, you will have that in advance. So you can have 2 weeks before where you can organize your notes. You can put it on your iPad. You can print it out if you want, whatever you want to do. So we will do that, right? It will be on Teachable. So when you go to the website and you sign up, you will be taken to Teachable sales page and checkout. But then when you actually enroll, the Teachable curriculum will have Zoom links that are added when we get closer to it. So that's the basis of what it is. It's a 3-day virtual event, all education that we're going to host and put on. And we're going to have Friday, which is really focused on gymnastics, medical care, and gymnastics rehabilitation. This is obviously for anyone to attend. We really want to see as many people as possible joining all 3 days because of the ability to learn from each other. But this is primarily for physical therapists, athletic trainers, sports chiropractors, strength conditioning coaches, medical doctors, anyone more on the advanced medical side. So there's probably going to be a lot of sports nutritionists in there. There's also going to be a lot of mental health providers, people who are typically involved in maybe the interdisciplinary care of gymnastics. And for anybody listening who is one of those things, there will be a lot of information in there that you can take home and apply. But for athletic trainers and physical therapists, we do have approval for 7.5 CE units. So that's a really, really important thing that people wanted. So I worked my tail off to get it. We'll have on the physical therapy side, you can apply for 7.5 credits in 40 different states. And then the other 10 states will probably offer reciprocity if you go through them and submit on your own. Certificate and process to do that is all inside the course. And then on the other side for athletic trainers, it is approved by the BOC for 7.5 units as well. So very, very exciting. And I'll go through the speakers in a second, but I'll just kind of outline things first here. So second day, which is what many people are probably wanting to hear about, that is the gymnastics coaching day. So we have a keynote speaker that will be at the beginning. It has yet to be announced because we're working on it still. And then we're going to have 7 lectures that are all for the women's side, and then 7 lectures that are all for the men's side. And I will talk about how we got these lectures in place and why we chose these lectures, why we chose these presenters. But it will essentially be 8 separate hours for the women's side and 8 separate hours for the men's side, because I really wanted to make sure that the male side of the sport got a lot of great presenters and got the attention it deserves, and not only doing women's track, because I really believe in doing both together. I really wanted to do trampoline and tumbling and also rhythmic and maybe aerobic or recreational. But the reality is that it's too much to do in one day with just a small team of 4 people. So my hope was in the future, if we do this live, I will have that. But for right now, unfortunately, just tackling it as ourselves as a unit, where it's a structured team of 4 of us that are amazing, Becky and Taylor and Sarah and me together. But that would be really hard for us to do 4 tracks together. So we're just starting with men's and women's. However, after the course, I am going to try to ask some people who maybe did not get a good spot in there, that the time was too much. So I want to talk to some trampoline people, some tumbling people, some aerobic people, some recreational people, to maybe pay them to film some lectures, and I will put those up in the course after the fact. So that's kind of what's going on the second day, which is really, really cool. I'm pumped for those. And then on the third day, we're going to have gymnastics, strength, and conditioning. So this will all be about the physical preparation and the strength and development side of the sport, which I think is so important. It needs a day on its own. So we'll have a whole bunch of amazing strength and conditioning coaches who are working with some of the top NCAA teams right now. Also, people like Nick Ruddick are going to come and give some lectures on physical development and stuff like that. I will be talking about how to make hybrid programs together. We have really some amazing lectures on lower body strength, upper body strength, power, speed and agility, explosive tumbling, stuff like that. So that will be the third day. So that's kind of the skeleton outline of this, is going to be those 3 days. And then I'll talk about the end, the speakers, and also who you can get involved and how to actually see the lectures. But over here, if you want to watch and you're seeing this, the next thing we have here is on the right-hand side. You can see the speakers here, and I'll zoom in here because I am so insanely grateful for this incredible lineup of people we have. So on the first day here, you can see in the top for the medical providers. And if you're a medical provider, you'll realize the all-star lineup that I was able to get, thankfully, some friends of mine. So Dr. Ellen Casey is one of the women's team national physicians. She's phenomenal. She's also a research partner of mine. Mike Reinold and Lenny Macrina are my mentors, and they will be speaking, Mike on shoulder stuff and Lenny on ACL and meniscus stuff. Keisha Heck was a doctoral student of mine who will be speaking about hip injuries and labral injuries and micro instability in gymnastics. Dan Pope, one of my really, really good friends at Champion, my colleagues, will talk about strength and conditioning for the advanced phases of rehab and how to build in really good strength programs. Dr. Marcia Foston, another one of the sports medicine physicians and the senior national team members, physicians for Team USA. With Ellen, they do the job together. She will be talking about mental health in athletes, which is crucial for us to talk about. And then 2 really good friends of mine, Dr. Stephen Makovich and Dr. Christine Eng. They are going to be talking together on updates on things that like PRP and stem cells and what are called orthobiologics. So I'll be talking with Ellen about low back pain. We have 2 lectures on that. Evaluating is the first one. They're doing step-by-step rehab programs. Mike will be talking about overhead instability, slap tears, rotator cuff tears in gymnasts. Lenny, like I said, will be talking about ACL tears and meniscus tears. Keisha will be talking about hip injuries, labral injuries. Dan, like I said, strength conditioning. Marcia, mental health, and then orthobiologic stuff like that. So that is day 1. And that is a phenomenal lineup, right? That is just going to be like 9 jam-packed hours, which I'm so excited for. It's going to be awesome. And then this one, people in the gymnastics coaching world will probably recognize some of these absolute legends here that we have. So I wanted to really make sure, and I'll talk about this now, how we picked the lectures. So what we did is, instead of assuming what people wanted to hear about, I went through and I made huge surveys with Taylor, and we essentially asked the SHIFT community, people on Facebook, people on our social media, and everywhere we could send the surveys to, what do you want to learn? How can we help you? Okay. And essentially, instead of us guessing, we just said, whatever you want help with, we're going to make a lecture around that. And the people who you see here are representative of maybe experts in those certain areas. So the lectures that you'll hear about are from kind of us looking at data, us looking at the surveys, and making the entire symposium from scratch based on what people need help with, right? So up here on the left, we have Victoria Cunningham. She's going to be talking about front handspring development and some more compulsory level of vaulting. And then after that, Kale will come on, and Kale will talk about round off entries, Suks, and Yurchenkos. Lindsay is going to be giving a phenomenal lecture on cast handstands and pirouettes and long hang swings. So kind of more of the basic side development of just basic kips, basic casts, basic tap swings, basic long hangs. Brett will then be talking about release moves. So people wanted to know more about shoot overs and straddle backs and packs and things like that. And then Sarah will be giving a phenomenal lecture. Sarah Korngold will be giving a phenomenal lecture on beam series connections and active flexibility. And then the man, the myth, the legend, my best friend, Nick Ruddick, is going to give 2 closeout lectures on tumbling up through round off back handspring to back tucks and back layouts, and then front handspring, front tucks, and front layouts. And then also he's going to be talking about twisting in a second lecture. So front and back twisting. So we picked all of those lectures to try to get something more on the maybe compulsory level or the introductions, right? We have front handsprings, we have kips and casts, we have tap swings and long hangs. Then we have some beam series stuff, and then we have basic tumbling on floor. And then we wanted to make sure we met people in the middle to the higher level and talking about your Yurchenkos and Yurchenkos and Suks, and, you know, advanced release moves and some advanced twisting and stuff like that. So it bridges all levels that we could possibly squeeze in. Obviously, we can't go all the way down from like preschool all the way to like international elite. That's probably too big of a spread. But these 6 people right here are phenomenal experts in what people wanted to know about. On the men's side, we have 3 people right now. We had a 4th, but unfortunately, a conflict of family stuff came up, so he can't be there. But we're getting one more person who is to be announced that I think is going to be an amazing addition to as well. So Sam MacArthur will be talking about high bar. He'll be giving 2 lectures, one on in bars and long hang swings and releases, and then also on tap swings. Bob Lundy, a phenomenal coach, is going to be giving 2 amazing lectures on pommel horse development, and then also some long hang travel work, some single pommel work, stuff like that. He's going to have awesome lectures there. Tom Meadows, legendary 2012 Olympic coach, will be talking parallel bars. He will give 1 lecture on underbar work, so peaches and stutzes and stuff like that. Sorry, peaches and mois. And then the second lecture on stutzes and dioms and more upper bar work. So the last lecture that we have planned is going to be on ring strength. So swing to strength, static holds, developing the shoulders safely, when to do those strength elements. So that is going to be a lecture that is definitely in there. I'm just waiting to hear back from the last person, and I'll announce that as soon as it's there. So that's going to be a crazy day, right? We're going to have a keynote speaker more about culture development and holistic stuff and athlete wellness. And then we will kind of go down and just dig in really into the technical stuff and talk about the nitty gritty stuff that people really, really want to know, the drills, the exercises, the techniques, all that kind of stuff. Okay. Day 3, which selfishly I'm the most excited for because I want to learn from these amazing people. Just great strength and conditioning coaches here. So Scott Wilgris is Ellie Black's strength and conditioning coach. Dan Lonsdale, many people have heard him on the podcast. He's a wonderful gymnastic strength coach out in the UK. Christina Myers is here in the US. She's down in Alabama. Duesh Podell and Jonah Monlock are both 2 phenomenal strength coaches at Champion Physical Therapy where I work. So Duesh is the head of strength and conditioning, and Jonah is the head of sports science. And then Dave Alberanis is the strength and conditioning coach for Alabama Gymnastics, and Lou Porgiazzo is the head strength and conditioning coach for Michigan Women's Gymnastics. So Nick Ruddick also on there talking about basics and some more bodyweight type stuff. But there will be lectures from Scott on lower body power development. We will have some lower body strength development from Scott. So squatting, jumping, how do you get strong legs? Dan will talk about upper body. So building strength for bars, building strength for tumbling. Christina's going to cover core strength. Duesh will then be talking about how do you build explosive power with sprint speed or plyometrics. Nick will talk about bodyweight essentials for gymnasts. So what do you have to do every single day? Your handstand shaping, your rope climbs, your leg lifts. Jonah will then talk a little bit about monitoring and testing. So the things that we're doing to measure, are we getting our gymnasts stronger? Are we getting our gymnasts more powerful? And then Dave Alberanas, we're talking about cardio and energy systems development. So how do we help athletes get more conditions for floor routines or parallel bar or ring routines? And then Lou is going to do a phenomenal closeout lecture on helping gymnasts throughout the entire competitive year and how you build an approach from the off season to the competitive season to really plan for the entire year. And also how do you work together as a team with different cultures and different stuff like that. So an absolutely phenomenal lineup that, again, I'm so just stoked to have because I'm so grateful for all these friends that I have that can contribute. I will also be giving some lectures. I'm talking about strength and conditioning on the third day with some hybrid lectures. I'm talking about back pain with Ellen on the first day, but everybody else on this list is way more cool than me. And I will be giving a couple lectures, but I wanted to really highlight their expertise here. So next, what you'll see here on the stream is you can see the schedule for the day. And again, I'll show you the links to these and stuff like that so you can check it out. But you will be able to see essentially what the whole day had. So the first day was at 9 with Ellen and I. We go 10, 11, 12, 5 to 5:50 with Marcia Foston. And then going to the second day here, okay, you can see the next 2 days of lectures. So this is day 2. Victoria, Kale, Lindsay, Brett, Sarah, Nick again, right? All going down through the women's track. And on the men's side, we have Sam giving 2 lectures. We have that lecture that's announced on strength coming soon for rings. Bob Lundy giving 2, Tom Meadows giving 2. And then the last day, I will start the day off talking about some hybrid gymnastics models. Scott Wilgris, Dan, Christina Duesh, Nick, Jonah, Dave, Lou Porciazzo. So it is an absolutely monstrous lineup. And I'm not going to lie, I have worked my absolute tail off to get this all together. I've been working on it behind the scenes for about 6 months here to kind of get the presenters together and make sure that things are set up and get everything sorted to go. But it's super worth it. It's super worth the hours and hours of late nights and way too many cups of coffee sometimes. But I just want to make sure that people are aware of how incredible the lineup is. So let's talk to the next thing, which is what if you can't make it, right? What if you can't sign up for this weekend? The good news is, like I said, we are going to record everything. We're going to put every single lecture into separate Zoom files. We will re-upload them to the course along with the handouts and the lectures. So if you sign up for the course, you can go back through and watch any lecture you want from the day. So say you're on the women's side, right? And say you really want to watch something from the other side of the men's development, right? On something they're talking about, or on the men's side, say you're watching the parallel bar lectures when Tom is going, but you really want to see what Nick has to say about floor. You can go back the next day and you can watch whatever you want, right? That's one thing I really love about this that I wanted to do differently than a live conference is if you're in one room, you can't watch the other room unless you set it up. So if you miss it and you say you're away for the weekend or you have a family commitment and you can make 2 days, but not one, you can still sign up for all 3 days and just watch the recording after, right? So I really wanted to make sure that everybody had access to everything they possibly wanted. So we made that in advance, which leads to the next thing, which is we also have a group discussion thing going on in SHIFT HQ. If you enroll in the course now, you can talk to people inside SHIFT HQ and talk about, what you need help with, what you want to learn about, any questions you have. The team is there to help you out. I'm in there answering questions as well. And during the symposium, we're going to have a ton of discussion going on inside and outside of there. So if you're confused on something, you have a question, we'll answer them live, obviously, but you can go back after and get clarification from all the speakers and all the presenters because everyone will be inside that private discussion group. So I think that's really, really awesome to keep the community going after the fact. So you're not just kind of left by yourself after the weekend passes, which is really awesome. Okay. And then along with that, like I said, I will definitely be reaching out to people to upload some lectures that did not get covered because there wasn't enough time. So nutrition, I want to get in there, tramp and tumbling, I want to get in there, rhythmic, I want to get in there, some more mental health stuff. There's so many things I wish I could have gotten in there, right? Ankle and wrist rehab did not make its way into as well. So we'll try to get more of those in. And then a lot of people have been asking me about the pricing stuff. So pricing wise is going to be, let me pull up the website here. So pricing is going to be 2 options here. So we have early bird and then regular pricing. Obviously, early bird is what you want to do. If you're listening to this right now, it's the week that it came out. So we wanted to do early bird pricing because we wanted to make the tickets as low as possible for people to join, right? I understand how challenging it is sometimes with live conferences to buy the ticket, buy a flight or a drive, buy a hotel, all the food, right? I know it's really pricey for people to do that. So we wanted to kind of swallow some of the upfront financial costs ourselves and take the hit to drop the price down lower so more people could access. So early bird pricing, which is now today through April 1st, is going to be 3 options, right? So for a single day ticket option, you can buy any one day for $99, right? Which is $50 off the regular price of $149. So if you look at the website, you can just find essentially, say you only want to go to the medical day, or say you only want to go to the strength conditioning day or the actual coaching day, right? That's okay. But we have the prices listed here for you. So you can get the one-day tickets themselves. You'll come over to the website. So if you go to www.shiftmovementscience.com/2020 SHIFT Symposium, right? So 2020 SHIFT Symposium is the website you're going to. If you look here, though, at the pricing table, so we have early bird prices are set now. So it's $99, $50 off a single day ticket. And you just click 1 or 2 or 3, and that takes you over to Teachable, and you sign up for just that one day. You'll get a confirmation. It will get sent to you, and then you will get access to that one day for the weekend, okay? Now, obviously, we want people to come to multiple days, so we tried to make the price even lower for that. So for a 2-day ticket bundle option, you will get $70 off if you sign up for it, because it's normally going to be $249 at the regular price. So you can look, and you can either click, if you want to come to the first day and the second day, you click this button. So I want to come to medical and coaching. If I want to come to the coaching day and the strength day, if I want to come from the medical day and the strength day, you just pick the button that correlates with the 2 that you want to go to. So you will get 2 ticket options to sign up for. So you get 1 day and 1 day. So 1 and 2, 2 and 3, or 1 and 3. And then obviously, if you want to come for the whole weekend, that is really what we recommend. It's the most savings. You get $100 you save off, but you also will have access to every lecture, every handout, every PDF, and every single recording we do after, and sign up for it, right? So if you want that option, you head over here to the third here, which is the button for day 1, day 2, and day 3 tickets, okay? So that is essentially what's going on, man. It is going to be absolutely incredible. And this is the website if you want to check it out. Again, one more time, www.shiftmovementscience.com/2020 SHIFT Symposium. And I have never been more excited for something. Like, one, because there's so many amazing lectures and there's so many amazing people who are going to share. But 2 is I'm just so fired up to get people together and talking and excited and helping each other. So I'm really, really stoked, because this is something I've always wanted to do. I really want to do it live, but the timing and the situation doesn't allow it. So we'll start virtual. Mark my words, in a few years, we will have a live version of this, which will be absolutely incredible. But we're just going to start with virtual now. So all the details that you need about when to sign up, what the lectures are. You can print out the PDFs, you can save them, talk to people. You can do all this different steps you need. Everything is going to be here for you. And also on the pricing, a lot of people have been asking us about group pricing. And so unfortunately, 2 reasons why. One is that we are already making the tickets super, super cheap. And we have a lot of overhead to cover in terms of running a very, very expensive event like this to make it really, really good. So that's one reason it's going to be challenging. We're not going to do that. But 2 is that we already have so much complexity with 1-day tickets and bundles and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, right? If we do a group coaching plan, you're going to have 2 people who want to go to 2 days, and 1 person who wants to go to 1 day, and 1 person who wants to go to 3 days. And it will make it extremely complex for us to keep track of and try to make sure it's a nice, smooth event for everybody. So we will not be doing group pricing for this option because of how complex this is on virtual events already. We don't want to screw anybody up. We don't want to stress anybody out. So those 3 ticket options are available: 1 day, 2 day, and 3 day. And we felt as though between pulling the price down a ton for the first month, and then also making sure people had options to do everything they want, whether it's a single day, a double day, or a weekend pass, they can have any option that they possibly want. So yeah, it's going to be really, really amazing. All the frequently asked questions are there. All the information for athletic trainers and physical therapists who want to submit to CEUs are there. And really anything you possibly have questions about, feel free to reach out to me and the team. The support@shiftmovementscience.com address gets all of our emails put together. So if you have a question, you're confused, you want clarification, I promise you, we will get to your question. We're very busy right now. There's a lot of people signing up. There's a lot of people who are asking us questions, but I will answer your question no matter what it takes. So I can't say enough about this. I'm so excited. I'm very, very giddy. It's not because of the fact that we're finally pulling it off and running it. It is just because I know the quality of the people in the lineup that I mentioned are incredible. And I've been dying to do something like this. It's like the podcast coming to life, coming true. But I really can't say how excited I am enough for it. And we'll have much more details as well. I do want to end by just giving people the exciting news that we are doing a massive giveaway that somebody's going to win big, right? So for the first 150 people that sign up to hopefully incentivize getting the buzz out, 1 person is going to win a lot of things. They're going to win a free 3-day ticket pass to all 3 days. Okay. They're going to win another course of their choice. So you can pick the flexibility course, the strength conditioning course, the peak gymnastics power, a medical course. You can pick whatever you want. You can get free access to that as well as a bonus. You will also get a free one-on-one consult with me after the course to talk about whatever you want, to put it into place for an hour, build a program for you, put some drills together, whatever you want. I'm yours for an hour consult, right? And then obviously we'll follow up after that and chat some more. But that is also going to be exciting. And then also, Can't share the details yet, but we have a very exciting new launch coming with new merch. And we have about 5 or 6 phenomenal new t-shirt designs, some other merch we're going to be launching. And you will get one of everything that we launch. Okay. So that you have to act quick though, because by the time this podcast comes out on Thursday, we're already about 3/4 of the way through that limit. So we're already creeping up around like a 90 to 100 people who have jumped on early. So if you want to try to get that free raffle ticket, right? So you can buy a 1-day ticket, a 2-day ticket, a 3-day ticket, whatever you want. But if you want to do that, you have to do it now, because only the first 150 people are automatically entered. You don't have to do anything else besides sign up. We have a list of who's joined and what's going on. But as soon as the first 150 go, we're cutting it off and we're going to pick a winner. And it's about $2,000 worth of prizes. So it's really exciting. We wanted to do it because obviously, like I said, we want to incentivize people getting the word out, spreading it to their friends, getting really excited. But also we just are so grateful. And I'm so grateful for the SHIFT community that without everybody in here supporting the podcast, supporting things over time, I would have never had the ability to do an amazing event like this. So a lot of this is gratitude and just very, very being thankful for all of you who are listening. The podcast is close to 500,000 views. We have a phenomenal community inside of our SHIFT HQ who talks with people and helps each other. It's really, really cool. And I'm super, super grateful for it. So I'm always trying to give back and say how much I care about you guys and how much I really appreciate it. So I hope that summarizes everything for you. All your questions are answered. If there's something I missed, like I said, reach out to support@shiftmovementscience.com and myself or someone from the team will help you out. All right. I cannot wait to see everybody in June. I promise you want to sign up for this, right? That's not a marketing sling. That's not me being cheeky. That is me surely just saying, you're going to love this. This is going to be amazing. And I promise you it will be great. All right. I'll see you guys later. Take care.